Guys, welcome back. My name is Tahir. This is Inspired RC. Today we're going to be working on the Kraton 8S. Super excited today. Postman Pat's just been, and look what I got in the post. It's the Outcast 8S Wheelie Bar. There's a model number, ARA320536. It is massive. Super excited about this, guys. Can't wait to get this installed on the Kraton. So let's get to it. Alright, let's get this unpacked. I'll leave that there so you can see the model number. That looks beefy, that. Yeah, I like the look of that. Nice and big. Looks like there's just 4 screws that go straight in. Do get some screws with this. So all good. Let's get it put on. So let's just spin the car around. Let's just get you in a good position. Okay. See, it looks like sits nicely just in there. Wow, I've been looking forward to this, guys. I didn't want to ruin my spoiler rubbing on the floor when I'm doing wheelies, so I was being super careful. As I know, I ordered this. It came actually a lot earlier than what I expected, so another reason why I'm pumped. I wasn't expecting this to arrive so soon. So big shout out to Model Sport. Guys have never let me down. Right, so I think we'll just spin the car over on its back. That might be a bit easier just to work on. We'll quickly get it all installed. Just push it forward a touch. Just get you a bit closer, I think. That's better. So that looks like it goes this way around. This part here sits into these holes here. These locating holes. And it just looks like it's 4 screws. It's nice to do a simple mod now and then. There's 4 screws. Super long screws. Right, so it's going to take me a little while to get these screws in, so I'll get these screws in and I'll be back to you shortly. Right, so these screws are quite long. Just get the other 2 screws. These screws are quite long, so you'll be there all day trying to screw them in by hand. So you probably advise just to get a power tool, get it going. If you can see, it's got quite a long way to go inside the wheelie bar before it attaches to the car. So it doesn't look like there's going to be much going into the car itself. A lot of this screw is going to live in the wheelie bar. So easier just to use a power tool. So to get it started, get it as far down as you can. It's gone a bit too far there. Right, happy with that one. Let's get the next one in there. Just push it forward a touch. That. Get it stuck in it. There we go. And I think what I might do is just this last bit I might just do by hand. Oh, feels quite tight, that does. Right, let's get it on. Yeah, we might have to do them two by hand. Guys, I'm going to just tighten these screws up now by hand. Let's put it forward there. Be careful you don't over tighten so you don't strip him. Them two are in. Right, they're actually catching. I think I've actually put this in the wrong way around. Right guys, I've installed them, but it looks like the wheels are catching the kraton spoiler, so the kraton spoiler is obviously different to the Outcast spoiler. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove it. I'm just going to have a quick look and see what I can do, and get back to you. Obviously one solution would be just to trim the fins on the kraton spoiler to accommodate the wheel, but I'd rather avoid cutting the spoiler really. So I'm just going to remove it, see what I can do, if I can find a plan A, but plan B is to cut it. Plan B is just to trim the spoiler a bit. So these fins here, so this fin here and this fin here is actually stopping the wheels from turning. It's catching on the wheel. So I'm going to have a quick look and I'll get back to you shortly. Okay guys, I have found some spacers. They do need to be quite small. If you look at the holes, look at this. if you look at the holes, they do have a bit that sticks out, and it's quite tight up against the edge here, so you can't have a big spacer in there. So what I thought is, if I am going to go down the spacer route, something that kind of size would probably suffice. But now, with the spacer this big, the screws, if you remember, are quite long. That's about the size of the screw. The screws are quite long as it is. With this on the end, they're going to be really long, and you have a bit that goes into the car as well. To be honest with you, on this wheelie bar is a point where it will be stressed, and I'd prefer to keep the screws as short as possible, and try to keep it as Traxxas had it. So I have decided to go with plan B, and plan B is just to trim a little bit off each of these fins here, and I've also going to install this upside down. So this is the way that I think Traxxas, because you don't get any instructions with this, I think Traxxas would like you to install it. But if I install it upside down, I have an extra probably 2-3 mil of space in there, so it allows the wheels to sit a little bit away from there, so away from the spoiler, so I don't have to cut as much off. So I think that's the way we're going to go. So I intend to cut it with a sharp Stanley knife again, my tool of choice. And I'm just going to quickly show you how close we are to it. So if you just look there, so with the wheelie bar sat upside down now, there isn't a lot we need to trim off both sides, hopefully. So I'm just going to get that trimmed, and hopefully that's it, we're done. Just pop you down here so you can see what I'm doing. Guys, I didn't think I was going to need to do anything like this. I thought this is going to be a short video where I was just going to put 4 screws straight in and show you the results. But hey, so I just intend to, let's just take a little bit off at a time and just work out how much I'm going to need to take off in total. Just be careful, this is going to be a sharp, well, mine is a sharp knife, so if you're going to use it, you do need to use a sharp knife on it. And just take a little bit off, you don't want to go too much. So I've taken a bit off that side, and I'll just take a bit off this side and see. So the knife is very sharp, so be careful. I mean, if you've got a Dremel, you could probably just use a Dremel. But I just want to take little shavings off, and hopefully not make it look like it's been brutalized. So see how that sits now. Right, you can see this wheel's turning nicely, so this one's still catching a little bit, so I just need to just take a little bit more off this, I think. And you can see it's just shavings, and just get the light down a bit so you can see better. Just want to trim this one a little bit as well. So just want to check how freely the wheel spins. So you can see this one spins quite freely and this one's a bit tighter. I don't really want to mess with it, but we just want to make sure that the wheels are spinning the same amount. Right, happy with that? How much space do we have? So what I might do is just take a little bit more off this top edge here. Once this wheelie bar's on, you're not really going to see these. It's just for my own sake. I just want it to look as neat and as tight as I can. Yeah, happy with that now. Right, so let's get a better light on there. And I'll show you how close I've got it now. A bit difficult to show you really. There we go. So I haven't got that. You can't actually see, it's quite difficult to see, but you can see from when I didn't have the wheelie bar installed how much I've taken off, and it seems to be enough. Okay guys, just before I decided to start screwing everything together, everything was nice and tight and everything's nice and moving freely. Well, was moving freely. I've discovered something. The holes that these bolts are designed to go into looks as though we have to screw these in from underneath, because they don't actually sit in. You see there, they just flow straight through. So that looks like the bolt needs to come in from underneath, come straight through, and then into this secured down, which probably makes more sense. So looks like we're going to have to remove the spoiler, put this on, put the spoiler back on, and hopefully everything should be right. So I'll be back with you shortly. Right, so this is the rear spoiler. We need to remove these two screws here to take the spoiler off, so it's very straightforward. I see I've already started on the other one, so I'll just remove this one quickly just to save some time. Right, spoiler's removed. Don't take them out all the way, just leave them in there, it just saves you losing them screws. So spoiler's off. With the spoiler off, you can just see, I'll show you there on this side here. See how much I've taken off compared to the middle fin, the two on the ends. That's how much I've taken off the spoiler. So there's not a lot that you need to take off, but it isn't going to be on show. So if you do need to take a little bit more off, or you do end up taking more than what you need off, it'll get covered. Right, so I've decided that I'm gonna install this the proper way around. It just means I'll get a good fix in. So if I need to take a bit more off the fins, then I will do, just to accommodate it. So I'll get this all screwed in now. So always do your last bit by hand. So now with the spoiler off, it'll give me a chance just to trim it a bit more and make it easy for me just to trim. Hence why I've put the wheelie bar in the right way. That's solid, guys. Let's have a look at how this fits. Let's bring it down and have a look as well. So it just looks like this wheel here is just catching a touch, so we'll just trim this fin a little bit. Just have a quick look again. Still catching. Right, so I've trimmed pretty much the bare minimum. There's probably about maybe 1 mil or 2 mil space between the wheel and the spoiler. So I'm going to see how that goes when I'm out bashing. If it does start catching, then I will take more off it. But right now, I'm quite happy with that. So let's get the spoiler all screwed back in. And let's see how it looks. Right, spoiler's on, wheels are turning, nice and solid, everything feels solid. Let's get the lid off. Right, so You know, bend up a little. That is the part number again, guys. ARA320536 Wheelie Bar set. And as I said, I got mine from Model Sport. I'm sure a lot of the retailers are going to be getting them in soon. Let's have a look and see how it looks. Yeah, that looks nice. I really like the design on the wheels themselves. They look like another set of wheels, really. See how much they protrude. Oh, that's good. It protects the spoiler as well. Really liking that. Alright guys, if you found this video helpful, please like it, please subscribe to get more videos like this. As I said, I've got some more mods coming, and super excited about all these mods I'm putting on these cars. There'll be some running videos soon as well. Guys, it's been a pleasure. Take care. See ya.